My name is Jim. I'm 42. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I use he, him, his pronouns.
And I'm Matt. I'm also from Austin, Texas. I'm 40 years old and I use he, him pronouns.
Well, I'm lucky enough to be married to this one here. And we want to play together because we make a pretty good team around the house, make a pretty good team as parents. Looking forward to seeing what we can do in a highly strategic game like this.
Yeah, and I think we're also excited to be away from our kids and just kind of be our individual selves. And I'm really excited to see you in this competitive light.
We'll see if it's better or worse, but yeah.
Yeah, we've permutated a few strategies. I think, like most of these competitions, it's going to be a numbers game at the beginning as we whittle our way down, and then it'll be more strategic, and we may end up playing some of our own game. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've definitely thought about how we want to approach night one. We've watched kind of past seasons about how different takes ended up working out over the long run. So run a few ideas down, and yeah, I think we're in a good spot. So. So I am a runner, and not a very good one. I'm a slow one, but I like doing it with friends as a way to get outside and kind of talk to each other in the daylight when we're sober. It's a good way to kind of make bonds. A huge enthusiast of JRPGs, so the spiky haired ones where they have the physically impossible swords, where they are saving the world. Those are my bread and butter. I played every Final Fantasy, I played every JRPG on Switch, and played one on the plane coming here, so definitely how I spend a lot of my time. And I also love rental cars. Not like fancy cars, because those are boring. You can spend a lot of money and get a nice one, but like a good, workable, sedan that has seen some stuff. I love appreciating them and getting the quirks behind them, and just kind of a fun little passing interest of mine. This is my first experience. I have lived vicariously through my husband, who has devoured every episode of every live game he could get his hands on, and we watch many reality shows on TV, Survivor, Big Brother, and so we've always kind of gamed through in our head what we would do in situations. But yeah, I definitely am feeling the love for Ascendance through my husband, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. I feel like I'm going to be on the older end of the contestant spectrum, if not the oldest contestant. And one thing I've noticed is that often the older contestants tend to have trouble forming bonds. And so the thing I'm most worried about is making those connections and making sure that people see me as more than just my age, hoping that the real me comes through, hoping I can stay up late enough because, reality gets in the way and we're early birds around the house. So here in a social setting, making sure I can kind of keep up with everyone, because I know those connections are there. We just got to get past some initial conceptions to make sure that we can make those connections form. Well, I want to be perceived as a hero. I don't want to come across as everyone's dad, right? But would like to come across as somebody that people will see protecting them. I think when it gets a little closer to the end, it'll be a bit more practical, but I think that hero vibe is going to help. That will help, any perceived otherness I have, being a little bit older, might come into play as kind of a feeling protective to other participants, and so that's how I want to be perceived at first, although things may go sideways a bit when we need to make some tough decisions toward the end. I would love to be taught lessons. I've been around the block. I kind of think I know how to get what I want. It's always good to learn new ways to approach problems. Having that experience of competing on teams with people that I don't necessarily have a relationship with will hopefully show me that just because it's the way that makes sense to me isn't necessarily the best way to do it, and that will help me not just in games like Ascendance, but also in real life and in work, and Plus, I think it'll be fun. Get to meet some new people. The vibe of the contestants of past seasons has been great. So looking forward to being part of that community. The audience should root for me because I am not going to take things personally. I'm here to make connections with other humans playing the game, but it's going to be strategic game moves. Things are going to make sense, right? I'm not going to be an emotional player. I am going to enjoy making connections, but hopefully the audience watching at home will agree with what I do. We'll see, oh, well, it makes sense why he did how I did this choice. It may not have been the easy one, but it makes perfect sense for his game. And so they should root for me because hopefully I'm going to do what they, in the magic of their own living rooms, would see, oh, this is what he should have done. Hopefully that's what I'll be doing. So I want them to root for me for that.
Some of my favorite things to do are math. I've been a math tutor for 15 years and I'm currently going back to work on my 4-year degree for that. That was like a gift to myself for my 40th birthday. I also really love theater. I've been an actor and then moved into directing, and now I'm an artistic director for a company and we are writing some new musicals, which is really exciting. And then one of my passions that kind of came about being a parent was I got really involved in our local PTAs and went up to the school district and we got comprehensive sex ed passed for LGBTQ youth, which I thought was really great. And that's helped me get really involved in my community. I don't have any live game experience. I've been part of an org a long time ago, but a friend of mine got into the LRG community and I've been kind of lurking around and found Ascendance, and so I'm excited for this to be my first venture into the live reality game. The thing I'm most nervous about in this game is being my authentic self. Because it's my first time, I might be a little bit nervous, but once we get going, I think I'll be making those social connections. And I'm a little afraid once I get playing the game, my snake-like tendencies might come out and that might bite me in the butt and ruin my game, but we'll see. I'm going to play the game as a hero as long as I can. I'm a good team player, I'm straightforward, but if I ever feel threatened or pretty sure that my name's coming up, I will snake my way out of any situation. I will lie, cheat, steal to stay in the game. The biggest thing I hope to take away from the game is a better connection with my husband. I'm really excited for us to compete together and just be away from kind of all the normal day stressors together. And then also, I'm really interested in this community and how I can contribute to the future, so I'm excited to see how this all works and kind of where I fit into the community. I think those at home watching should root for me because I'm kind of like a smiling devil. Like I'm gonna smile, be nice to everyone, have fun, but behind the curtains, I'm constantly thinking and assessing the situation, thinking how I can manipulate things to get myself to the end. So it should be a pretty fun journey to watch.